Hi guys. So today we're cooking with wine and music. Um, is day two of what to do with leftover turkey. Not only that, but we're also going to be making fresh turkey to eat with the rice we're making today. We're actually making a turkey, ham, and shrimp. Actually, I'm just say seafood, fried rice. And when we do that, we're also going to be adding fresh turkey to the mix to have, some saucy to eat with it. Anyway, so without further ado, let's get started. All right, so what we want to start with first would be the meat because it's hardest to marinate. So we're gonna go ahead and grab one Maggi cube, the one I showed you guys in the video. This is gonna be so good. Your family's gonna forget that Thanksgiving passed. You just want to go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of the chicken seasoning. So what we're doing is we're doing the salt-based seasoning first, and then we're gonna get down to the flavor enhancers. This is garlic salt, about 1 teaspoon of the chicken seasoning, 1 teaspoon of the cube or 1 cube, and about half a teaspoon of the garlic powder. Once again, we're just eyeballing. Remember what I told you guys to just sprinkle over the top, and that should catch on to the rest of it. And here we have the beef broth seasoning. You can substitute these seasonings for whatever, just make sure they taste good. And make sure you have at least 3 salt-based seasonings and the rest flavor enhancers. And here we have lemon pepper seasoning, about a sprinkle of that. A little bit more of a different brand lemon pepper seasoning, and then we're gonna add a flavor enhancer, the chicken soup base mix. A little bit of that. And we're also gonna go ahead and add some crushed red peppers. At this time, we're actually gonna go ahead and season everything that needs to be seasoned. So when time comes to get things done, it won't take long. So we add 1 cube to the shrimp. And because this is not a lot, we're not gonna add the whole cube because we don't want it salty. We're gonna go ahead and put the rest of it on the crab meat. Next, we are gonna add beef broth. A little of that to the shrimp because we don't want it to be over seasoned. Also, this is just for about maybe 2.5 cups of rice. I imagine most of you who cook for your families will probably be making more, but this is a good start if you want to practice. Some crushed red peppers. We're gonna go ahead and add some black pepper. And we want some black pepper on the turkey as well. And don't forget your parsley. It's key, a major key. All right, once you're done with that, you want to go ahead and mix all of them. And when you're done, you're ready to blend your saucy stuff. So I know you guys didn't get to see the crab meat, so here it is. And we got the shrimp seasoned as well, and so is the turkey. So lastly, I forgot to show you guys the ham. This can be pulled ham from your Thanksgiving meal, and you can cube it up like this. And we also have 1 bell pepper and 1 onion and a garlic all in here. We're gonna go ahead and season it a little. And this is gonna be the base for the rice and the base for the sauce for the turkey to be in the oven once you're done frying it a little. Some people eat it healthier, so you can go ahead and just bake it also. This is the pulled turkey. And here we have baked veggies, about a cup of that, or maybe a cup and a half. Anyway, you're gonna go ahead and season this with, let's say, about 1 cube Next, you want to go ahead and add the flavor enhancer. Some herbs, parsley, and whatever else you may have in your cabinet. Remember to always cook what you crave and how you like it. So if for any reason why you'd prefer to have bacon, which is stupid, or freaking chicken or turkey meat or whatever else you would like to put in this rice, you can certainly do that. Just make sure you're gonna go ahead and eat it, because wasting food is not good. You want to do about a spoon, a tablespoon, or a teaspoon, depending on your salt intake, of everything into the mixture, because that's what y'all are going to be eating. This also has 2 habanero peppers, but if you're not a hot food person, you don't want to put that in there. Hold on to, I take it for a ride on my big green tractor. I love that song. Here we go. That chicken broth, beef broth I mean. There we go. All right, you're just gonna blend that. Your blended items should look something like this. Once that is done, you wanna go ahead and get started on the rice and the turkey, because those are gonna take the longest to make. And next, you'll get started on your sauce and get ready to cook. So here we have about 2.5 cups of rice. What you want to do is add water to this, wash it with your hands, and when you're done, pour out the first, drain the first water and put another set of water. For those of you who don't know how to cook long grain parboiled rice, what you do is you put enough water for it. Usually you want it 2 inches above the level of the rice, so you want it to top the rim of the rice. So here you only want to add enough water to be about 1 inch above where the rice stops, because we're going to be undercooking the rice a little bit, so we can cook a little bit more with the sauce that we just blended. Anyway. So guys, when your oil is hot, first thing you want to do is add a slice of onions. What this does is it scents the oil and also gives it a sort of a flavor. When the onions are half fried, you want to pour your blended stuff in there and season it a little more if it doesn't have seasoning after it cooks a little bit. And you will also need to add the turkey, the ham, and the mixed veggies when it's cooked slightly. So you want to fry the onions till it's brown, so about maybe 60 seconds to 130. Once your onions are brown, you want to go ahead and add the blended stuff. And just stir it lightly as it fries. And just let it fry for about 3 minutes or so. When it comes to a boil, you want to mix it again. And when the onions are half cooked, which you will see, then you can start adding stuff to it. Next, you want to go ahead and set your oil and get ready to fry the turkey. So in about 3 to 5 minutes, your stir fry, or whatever you want to call it, mixture or sauce, should look something like this. You just want to give it a nice light stir every time, or it will burn at the bottom. Onions are very, 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 very sensitive. Next, you want to go ahead and add your mixed veggies. Mix that in. Cover and let it cook. So here we are. That sauce looks nice. Now you want to go ahead and add a little bit of water. Reason being that you want that sauce to be enough to juice up the rice. I don't know about y'all, but I don't like my fried rice dry, so that's what I do. We're just gonna go ahead and add about maybe 2 tablespoons of water to this quantity. Now remember, when you're making more, You gotta add more water. Cover and let cook. Next, you add turkey. Now with the turkey, you really just want it to be brown on the outside. So we got that cooking on high or frying on high. And as soon as it gets brown, we're gonna take it out, mix it with the sauce, and get ready to go. So at this moment, you would wanna have your oven preheating to 350 or 75. Next, you just wanna grab about 2 scoops of that sauce and sprinkle it all over your, smear it on there, all over your turkey. A little bit of oil. Once that's done, you want to cover that bowl and shake. Let that sauce mix up in there. Once that's done, you go ahead and put it in a Tupperware, not a Tupperware, but a glass bowl that goes in the oven or an aluminum pan, and you are oven ready. Now we add the turkey to this. And you add your ham meat and you lower the heat because all you want to do here is have it at a light boil while that season seeps into the meat and stuff. And because I want it more saucy, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little more water. This is why you want to make sure you over season it a little, because that rice, once it joins in, is gonna dilute the whole taste. Water it down. So season as you would like it to taste while it's cooking. Add the rice and add more season if need be. There we go. Cover up, let sit like this for about maybe 10 minutes. So next we're gonna take care of our seafood. You just wanna add about maybe 2 tablespoons of olive oil or regular oil or butter, whichever you prefer, to a frying pan. Once that gets hot, you're gonna go ahead and throw in the seafood, and I got a surprise for y'all. You're gonna let that fry on each side for about 60 seconds. Once that's done, we're gonna add our secret ingredient for this. And lastly, before we overcook it, what we're gonna do is add some wine. You wanna add enough to cover the bottom, but you don't wanna drown the taste. So, I'm sure some of you don't know that when you cook alcohol, the alcohol in it goes away. However, that's what's gonna happen, and we'll be left with the wine flavor here. If you do, I'm sorry if you feel insulted. Gotta teach everybody. You let that cook for about 60 seconds, set it aside, and you're ready to make your rice. Lastly, add the rice. Once that is all mixed in, see we got enough sauce left. You can still hear the boils at the bottom. Go ahead and taste that rice and make sure it's cooked somewhat. And based on that, you can gauge how long that rice is gonna be cooking. Last thing you'll need to do is consolidate the two. After about 3 to 5 minutes, you wanna go ahead and consolidate your seafood and the rice. Good.